Welcome back to TouchPoints TV on the last day of NRF 2015. I'm Debbie House, editor of Retail TouchPoints. On my left is Alicia Fiorletta, our senior editor, and on my right is Ed Cleary, our publisher. Yes, we're a little tired from the last few days.
Dragging a little bit.
An extra half day of NRF.
But we have wine again.
We have our wine. So, real quick, we want to just do a quick wrap up. We want to talk a little bit about what's been going on and what we have on our agenda for 2015.
Yes.
So, I only have two words of the day for today, and the first one is disruption. And just, the disruptive, the idea that, because it's all about omnichannel these days, but it's also about the fact that it disrupts traditional retail. It disrupts the way we've been doing things. And so, disruption is really, I think, the word of the day, in addition to, omnichannel. And that's what we've been talking about in most of our meetings and in our advisory breakfast this morning, which I think, Alicia, you're going to tell us about. But it's about, number one, we know we need to be omnichannel. And I was speaking with Scott Nall from SMK this morning on a video, and he said to me, knowing you need to be omnichannel is not an omnichannel strategy. And so, so we need to have those strategies in place, starting with the organizational buy-in. You need an owner of the project, and then having that foundation in place. You need to be able to deliver on the promises. So that's where I think we're going to see things headed into 2015.
Yeah.
Alicia, did you want to talk a little bit about some of the other?
Absolutely. And to piggyback off of the idea of getting buy-in from the entire organization and changing the way we're used to doing things, I actually had a great conversation with some folks at Decker's Outdoor, the parent company of UGG. And anyone who's checked out our website knows that we recently covered their new connected store, which incorporate RFID, large digital screens, mobile technology. So that they were really bringing the store of the future to life. But it all started in their company, and they were breaking down the organizational transformation they had to undergo. How it all started, at the bottom, obviously buying from the C-level, but it trickled down to everyone else. And now, instead of just having a meeting for store managers, once in a while, now it's the entire organizational structure together, talking about what works, what doesn't, what the customer wants, what their feedback is, and what needs to change. So now, not only is everyone collaborating a lot more effectively, but now they're listening to the customer about the experience they want to have, and they're applying it a lot faster. So I thought that was a great success story.
No, it's a great example of the direction that I think all new omnichannel organizations need to go in. So thanks for sharing that. With that, I just want to, before Ed talks about our upcoming event, this is kind of related, but the other overarching word is innovation, right? And, we are in the process of we have open nominations for our second annual Retail Innovator Awards. We had a great program last year, honored 17 retail executives, and so this is what our Retail Innovator Awards looks like. We're really excited about this year's event coming up in June, and Ed, I think you want to talk a little bit about that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz around the show this year about what we're doing with our Retail Innovation Conference, and some of the keynote speakers that we have, including Ted Rubin, which he's a top Forbes 50 influencer. A lot of energy. We had a chance to meet with him at the show. Adam Silverman, who's a leading analyst from Forrester, is going to be there speaking, and Maureen Mullen from L2, talking about the 7 disruptors of retail.
Yep.
And we have some previews as to what they're talking about, and it's going to be a great event as they shut the lights off on us. And we have some sponsors lined up for the show, but you'll be hearing a lot more from Retail Touchpoints in the next few weeks and months as we continue to develop not only the speaking agenda, but the very impressive lineup of retail executives that we're going to be announcing on the awards program, but are also going to be speaking at the conference too.
RetailInnovationConference.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's Retail Innovate on Twitter if you want to follow that too. And follow Retail Touchpoints on Twitter too.
While you're at it.
Our Touchpoints. We do a lot of tweeting. So
before the union picks us up by the chairs and carries us out, we'll say thank you for joining us on TouchPoints TV.
Thank
cheers.
you.
Another successful year.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers, everyone.
Safe travels.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.